It began with whispers, then warnings, then water. A storm that didn't just shake the land, it erased it. Mountains drowned, civilizations vanished. And in the end, only one family remained. This is the story of the day the world drowned. Long ago, the earth was full of people. They built cities, they sang songs, they told stories, but they forgot the one who had given them breath. They didn't just ignore God, they mocked him. They worshipped idols made of stone. They filled the earth with violence, with corruption, with pride. They did what was right in their own eyes and wrong in his. The Creator, who had once called his creation good, now looked upon it with sorrow. The book of Genesis tells us the Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. And so, God made a decision that would change the course of history. But even in his judgment, he extended mercy. He looked upon one man, a man named Noah. Noah wasn't perfect, but he was faithful. While the world drowned in sin, Noah walked with God, so God spoke to him. Not in riddles, not in dreams, but in clear, terrifying words. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. But I will establish my covenant with you. Noah was given a task, one that sounded absurd to everyone around him. Build an ark, a massive vessel hundreds of feet long and tall as a building, made of wood, sealed with pitch, 3 stories. One door, no sail, no engine. It wasn't meant to sail, it was meant to survive. Noah got to work, and while he built, he preached, he warned, he pleaded. Repent, turn back to God, a flood is coming. But the people laughed, they pointed, they mocked. Where's your rain, old man? You've lost your mind. Days passed, then months, then years. Noah kept building, and the world kept sinning. Then one day, the animals came. Not in chaos, but in order. 2 by 2, 7 pairs of every clean animal. They marched, flew, crawled, and crept into the ark, as if obeying a divine command no one else could hear. And Noah, with his wife, his sons and their wives, entered the ark. And then the door closed. But it wasn't Noah who shut it. It was God. And then, for 7 days, nothing happened. Silence. The crowd outside grew bold again. They laughed louder. See, nothing's coming. But on the 7th day, the skies opened. Not a sprinkle, not a shower, a downpour, a violent, earth-shattering rain. The heavens broke loose. The fountains of the deep erupted. Water exploded from below. It fell from above. It was as if the earth was weeping for what it had become. People ran, they screamed, they clawed at the door of the ark. Noah, let us in. But it was too late, the door that God had shut. No man could open. Waters rose, homes disappeared, fields vanished, mountaintops became islands, and then nothing at all. Every living thing that breathed air perished. The proud were humbled. The mockers were silenced. The voices were gone. All that remained was floating in a wooden ark, surrounded by endless ocean, 40 days and 40 nights. That's how long it rained. But Noah and his family remained on the ark much longer. They waited, they prayed, they listened. And one day the rain stopped. The skies cleared, the waters began to recede. Months passed. Noah released a raven, then a dove. The dove returned with nothing, then again, and this time with an olive leaf, new life, hope, a future. Finally, after over a year, God said, "Come out of the ark." And Noah stepped onto dry ground. The world he knew was gone. But God had not changed. Noah built an altar, and he worshipped. And then, God made a promise, not with fire or thunder, but with color. He stretched a rainbow across the sky and said, "Never again will I destroy all life with a flood." It was a covenant, a promise sealed by mercy. The story of Noah is more than ancient history. It's a mirror. In Noah's day, the world laughed at the idea of judgment. They lived as if they were gods. And today, not much has changed. But just like then, there is still an ark, still a door, still a chance. His name is Jesus, and the door is still open, but it won't be forever.